Trinity Church is a National Historic Landmark and is one of the anchor congregations in downtown Galveston. And so preserving this church is really critical for us to maintain that tradition, that heritage, to be a beautiful, welcoming church for all people here in Galveston. Stained glass windows are one way that the church can articulate and tell the stories from Scripture and the stories of our past without words. And so people can see the stories actually come alive in stained glass windows. That window was given by the Seeley family in 1905 to Trinity Church as a gift and a memory for George and Magnolia Willis Seeley. It really is one of our most treasured possessions here at Trinity, and it depicts Jesus welcoming the little children into his midst. The Seeley window is Tiffany window from the Tiffany studios. One of the wonderful things about that window is that the colors actually change throughout the day as the sun's angle is different. So it's really quite striking, both in the morning and then in the evening as it turns to red, orange, and yellow. In 2008, our beloved Seeley window was damaged during Hurricane Ike. The large portion around Jesus' legs, his knees, and his shins was destroyed. The shattered glass was just all over the floor of the church. And so during the cleanup right after Ike, folks just came in and put it into big buckets. We still have buckets and buckets of glass. Those Tiffany windows aren't just one pane of glass, it is multiple sheets of glass, layers of glass. So there's quite a bit of it. And that was just part of the cleanup work after the hurricane. The Phoenix Project was born after Hurricane Ike, when the Seeley window here at Trinity Church was damaged. It was the idea of a few parishioners to take those shards of glass, make it into jewelry, and sell that jewelry so that we could help other disaster-affected areas around the world.
Well, I started working here in July of 2021, and part of my duties was to kind of reorganize some stuff, and I was going through one of the closets in Lower Eaton Hall, and I found open, loose tubs full of sheets of glass. And they were filthy because they'd been in there since 2016. And so I thought, what a great time to go ahead and revive the Phoenix Project. And I knew Karla Mock, our local artist, and so I thought, oh, perfect match. We'll get her to make some new pieces and we'll start it up again.
My first jewelry making class was in 1987 at Texas Tech University. And I have been making jewelry part-time ever since, until 2019 when I opened Mock & More Gallery. My sterling silver jewelry is inspired by different stones and materials. I have lots of fossils and pearls and jaspers, and I also have a line of recycled materials including Fordite, record vinyl, aluminum cans, and glass. This is the first time that I have worked with glass as a material. I've used buttons, glass buttons and things, but not shattered glass with rough edges. I'm not cutting the glass, I'm using it as it broke. The challenge is getting enough pieces that look similar enough for a pair of earrings. It's hard to get a match. But a lot of people are happy and just to get the pieces of glass. They're not too concerned about uniformity. The asymmetry is kind of what they like about it. And I'm usually working on multiple pieces at one time. It's not just one piece from start to finish. Usually when I find a pair that matches enough to be a pair of earrings, that's what it becomes. And it's multiple pieces sometimes, or sometimes they're just simple posts or simple dangles that are just two pieces that look enough alike. The other parts that get put together for brooches and pendants kind of work themselves into brooches or pendants, depending on how they fit together in the end. I'm excited to be a part of the Trinity Phoenix Project. People walk in the shop with their pins on or their earrings on, and they're so excited to show me that they have them. As far as inspiration in creating the pieces, I've always been one to find unique stones and unique shapes and unique colors to put together for my jewelry line. And this is just a kind of an add-on. It's still looking for the right parts to go together, the right pieces and colors that match enough, and getting a cohesive piece at the end is kind of satisfying.
Part of the story is that after Hurricane Ike, Trinity and indeed Galveston received so much help from other people around the world. And so this is one way for us to give back in gratitude for what was given to us after Hurricane Ike. So it's a sort of a pay it forward idea. Recently we've given $10,000 to Ukrainian refugees through Episcopal Relief and Development, and we gave $5,000 to the Episcopal Church in Hawaii after the wildfires. It's important that this treasured church, this sacred place, is open to all people, and part of our continuing preservation work is to make sure that this church is beautiful and accessible and that all of our windows are restored to their original beauty so that we can be a welcoming, well-lit, glorious place for people to worship. And that I encourage people to, if they can, buy items from the Phoenix Project so that we can continue to support people around the world.